Alright, so we're going to start talking about taking the camera off the tripod. Now, the problem with this series is I need the camera on the tripod in order for me to talk and run the software over here. So we're going to pretend that there is a small person holding the actual camera, okay? And we're going to treat it as such. Anytime that I'm talking about taking something off a tripod, I will have to now talk about the human ability to hold still, namely how stable I am. Also, a few other rules apply now, okay? We're not talking about adjusting the camera so much. We're talking about adjusting the lighting now, all right? So the first thing I'm going to do is take this and turn it into the what I would say refer to as the golden ratio of photography, and that is 1/125th over an f-stop of f11. Now, that's what we use in the studio all the time, and if you ask any professional, you would probably say the same thing. Now, if you go to f-stop 10 or 12, that's okay. Well, you can't go to 12 on this camera, but 9, getting kind of iffy, but within this range, you should stay. And always try to get f11 if you can. It's a magical combination of good, crisp shots and the ability to hand hold a camera. So anything under 1/125th is just, we start getting into a little bit of a blur factor, not as crisp, and 1/125th lets in a significant amount of light. All right, we're also talking about flashes at this point. So a flash. Now, people abuse flashes. They are a tool, but they are not the only tool. So I'm going to teach you how to use a flash on many different angles, remote flashes, all that good stuff. I use a flash all the time. I love flashes. Again, if you use them correctly, they're not so bad. Okay, that being said, let's look at the standard flash setup, and we'll get started with that. Right now, this is in TTL mode. Okay, I'm going to turn it on. And TTL it's like the autofocus of flash. So it can tell the distance between objects. Oh, on the front of the flash, I should point out this. This right here is in full flash mode. If I go and diffuse the light, when I say I need to diffuse the light, I'm really talking about taking this little thing and dropping it down. Anytime I am talking about bouncing light, I'm talking about pulling it up like this and letting this little card reflect the light forward. Okay? So reflected light, diffused light, direct light. All right. So we can put this on the little shoe and then turn it this way. So now that we have the general setup down, also make sure your camera is in manual mode. Okay. And make sure your ISO setting is at 100. Also, it is now time to go into RAW. So let's go into RAW. Let's just take a fired off shot to see what happens. Good. Now let's go into Lightroom and just see what that looked like. Good. Okay, and you can see all the really cool lights that were in the scene. And let me just kind of show you what it looked like before. See, all those cool purple and blue lights are gone because the flash ate them. So we have the general setup down. Now I'm going to show you things that we can change back and forth and back to recover some of the lost lighting that we just ate, and how do we start talking about stopping motion. And that's in the next video.